We back? No, don't hit the cord. I'm gonna make it black again. I think we're black. I think we're back. Great start. All right. Sorry, chat is closed. Okay, so that must be over. Let me refresh here. I think we may be back. I think I got the thing sorted with the thing. Nice. See people rolling in. What's up, guys? We are back. Cool. Okay, so where we last left off, I weighed out a gram of sodium hydroxide and dissolved it in 25 milliliters, or a little bit more, of ethanol. That's doing what it's doing now. Might need some coaxing, but that'll do that. Here's where we left off last time. That is the Schiff base of methylene dianiline and salicylaldehyde. And take a look at it with the lights off, if I hit the right light switch. That's a dry, and that's in solution there. Kind of blown out, but let me back it off a little. Yeah, it's very, very bright. You could see it on the table there really well. And the stuff that didn't dissolve. But very, very bright. Beautiful. So we could take that, and now that we know that it wasn't water, or hopefully know that it wasn't water that they mentioned in the paper, and it was ethanol, a 1 molar solution of sodium hydroxide in ethanol, I should say, should be able to dissolve it once the sodium hydroxide dissolves, if it will. Give it a little stir here. Can't see shit. Well, won't hurt if I add a little bit of water. 3 or 4 milliliters, bring it up to about 30 milliliters total. That'll help it dissolve. Or, knowing my luck, it'll just layer out a bunch of water on the bottom of the alcohol. We will see. Might as well do this on camera. Yes, I'm back. Yes. Hello, everybody who showed back up. That's taking forever, so what we can do, wasn't expecting that. Let's grab one of these things here. No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. We're gonna grab one of the, come on. We're gonna grab one of these things here. Nice little stir bar. And cheat. Shaky cam. Move you over. There we go. Okay. More shaky cam. Yeah. There we go. Sorry, guys. Get a nice shot of that instead of just staring at cardboard. Now that that's dissolving. Hello, Tatalicious Rosie. Just saw you pop up. Let me take a look at the actual chat and not just on my phone. Gonna skip that. Yay, my fluorescent toxic cheese sauce is back. Yes, it is. Yes, it's very yellow. It's me, the gayest man on YouTube. Sorry, it's the gayest person on YouTube. I ask that you get it right. It's very important, and it's the first thing you have to know about me, or else we can't get along. Or so I'm told. Yes, Nile Red Beakers. I actually have a lot of Nile Red Beakers. Most of, if I could sneak it on here, there's more Nile Red. Shameless plug. Actually, most of my beakers are Nile Reds. So moving right along,
that is not dissolving like the other stuff was, which makes me sad. So I'll just add a little bit more water. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Just maybe less dye will precipitate when we finish. That's not a big deal. Yes, that's a broken stir rod. They used to be 8 inches long, but a whole pack of them fell off the shelf. So what I did was I just took a butane torch to the ends of them and rounded them over and knocked the burr off. They're good for these little guys. They even have ones made up for the 10 milliliter ones. Why Nile Red? Why not? No, I enjoy his stuff, and you know it's a way to support somebody you like. So yeah, I figure why not? Could I? Couldn't I literally do a stream of paint drying? I think that might be more exciting than what we're doing here. So if you were to do a paint drying stream and link it here, I mean, I'm sure you'd getting I'd be getting competing views here. So yeah, go ahead. What bottles do I use to store dry chemicals? I mean, it just depends on what it is. You know, if it's like I have an old TCI bottle. Wow, that's real close to the screen. An old TCI bottle that I keep the p-nitroaniline in, but you know, I have these medicine bottles I got off eBay. They're pretty cheap. That I keep the the stuff that won't oxidize on exposure to air, etc. Otherwise, it's mostly just in the bottles they came in. There's usually some really good stuff that you find on eBay, but otherwise, if it's probably use one of these media bottles. Get off Amazon. They're not the cheapest, but they work really well, and they're very reusable. All right. This is going to be losing views compared to the paint drying stream if this takes any freaking longer. God damn it. Sodium hydroxide is supposed to dissolve fast, and I shouldn't need to heat it. I've been sold sodium carbonate instead, I think. God damn it. Maybe that would dissolve. Okay. Where did I get my degree, and what do you... Where did I get my degree? I do not have a degree. So do not, don't take any advice from me. What's the most... Sorry, lost you there. No, that's okay. What's the most dangerous compound you've synthesized? It's on the tip of my tongue. There's copper, god damn it. Arsenalate. So arsenic acid, which is like sulfonilic acid with the sulfur replaced for arsenic, and made the copper compound of that, which I think arsenic acid would probably be more toxic than the copper. Maybe, because there's more arsenic, but I could be wrong. But it's a nice green compound. But no, really nothing. I mean, unless you count like lead chromate, and stuff like that. But nothing. No, not doing any castor oil extractions or anything. Good. That actually looked like it dissolved. So we can finally move on. Now that we've stared at it for long enough. So the moment of truth. Oh my god, it's actually dissolving. Yellow chemistry. Arm shot. It's a little bit more won't hurt. I don't care. I don't care if our yield is low. I'm not worried about that. Just trying to get this stream done in a reasonable time. It's already taking too long, but I appreciate everybody sticking around. get something here. Very, 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 very exciting. Look at that chunk. It's all broken up now. Wow. Look at that. Crazy. Amazing. Wow. Just post a highlight reel of just this. Just this for 10 hours. Guys, I'm really sorry that this is how it's turning out. But to anyone that's new, yes, we are moving right along. Yellow chemistry, is that a real term? It is if you say it enough. But no, I think that's just a meme from the Explosions and Fire Discord. And well, and T-Dep himself. God's Egg Yolk Factory. It's pretty. I mean, I don't really like eggs, so I couldn't tell you. Couldn't say which tastes worse, this or that. But it'd be a little soapy with all the sodium hydroxide in it. Although I guess with the vodka, you really wouldn't care. Well, a little stronger than vodka. Come on, dissolve, god damn it. I know yelling at it works to help it dissolve. And I can prove that because I do it every time, and every time it dissolves. Therefore, it's perfect. At least it is dissolving. Now, if people are rolling in here who didn't watch the last stream, wondering why we're doing this, it's trying to dissolve 4 grams of the shift base in water, or I should say a 1 molar solution of sodium hydroxide. Did not work. So this is, we're making much better headway here. If I could just see, if I would have just broke this up when I originally filtered it, I wouldn't be doing this now. But well, too late now. Okay. Let that go for just a little bit. I'll take a look at chat in a second. Get rid of some of this. Okay. Wow. Sorry, guys. Amazing camera skills today. Now that that is on its way to being done, we can move on finally to the next step, which is dissolving oh, no. No, not that. 2.76 grams of paranitroaniline in 12 milliliters total of 6 milliliters hydrogen. What the hell happened here? 6 milliliters water and 6 milliliters hydrochloric acid. And then we move on from there. Okay, let's get our beaker here. Get some water in it. That's almost done. I could zoom out here. Move over. Wow, new scenery here. We haven't seen this before. You could see all the bits of sodium hydroxide sucking up the water, but I'll clean that up when we're done. I'm not too worried about it. Okay. What's this? Sorry, I'll look at chat in a second. Okay, 6 milliliters. And get a beaker for that. Or not. Okay, get a beaker. Take that. Then we're going to need 6 milliliters of our concentrated hydrochloric acid. Some nice fume. No, not too bad today. It's just pretty, not like it was during the summer. But we only need 6 milliliters out of it, so it's not too bad. Get a pipette. Is 37% really concentrated? Yes, that's, I mean, I'm sure you can concentrate it more, but when you buy it, the 37% is about what the max you're gonna find it in. You know, if you went to like eBay or something. Sorry, I'm in front of the camera. Yeah, it's you'd be surprised. The muriatic acid is only like 21%, I think. So it's a lot more concentrated than that, but a little dab will do ya. A little bit more than that, because that's what I had with the last one. Okay. Cool, that's done. Some water on top of that. Close this up. Dead air, of course. Sorry guys, you guys understand, I hope. Add the, yes, I'm adding acid to water. And not water to acid. You know, do as you oughta. Add the acid to the water. That only works in Boston. Get a little bit, wash it out. Because I'm assuming dilution is only going to lead to having less yield, and I'm not worried about that. We're just trying to get this done. Give me 1 second. All right. Now we can move on from that. Wow, 38 people watching. Hello to you guys. Set you up here. Zoom in. Turn that off. And we are mostly dissolved. Still, after all that, these little chunks, man. That's okay. Give me 1 second. Get a little spoon clank action here. I don't have a spoon though. There we go. Okay. Good enough. Now, take our p-nitroaniline. And don't know, where am I going to do this? Where am I going to do this? Okay. Could do this here. Let's get this. That is our mix of water and concentrated hydrochloric acid. And we can add our p-nitroaniline to the water and acid mixture. And that should dissolve, giving the hydrochloride salt. With heating, of course. We get a tiny stir bar and we can move along. Aha. God damn it. How does everybody else do it and not splash shit around? That's okay. I have a big... I've got a big bin for where all this stuff goes, so we're good. There we go. Now I'll clean that up later. Not splash if I use an Erlenmeyer. Yeah, if I don't have a 25 milliliter Erlenmeyer on hand. Well, I do. But there is currently methylene dianiline bis cubanaldehyde kind of precipitated in it, so that's my only one. So we are stuck with this beaker, but it's going along okay now. Doesn't even look like I need to stir it. Oh no, I do. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I should mention a disclaimer. Do not don't take advice from me, and don't repeat what you see here, because well, it should be obvious. So that's dissolving. Let me look at chat. Grab a drink of water. Oh, muriatic acid is 31%. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Or you may be right. I don't know. The FBI doesn't care if you buy radioactive salts. You're right. It just depends on which ones and how much. Yes, my advice is to not take any advice from me. That works out. Definitely works out. Yeah, Le Flavius is he's got the right idea there. Okay, good. That has cleared up a lot faster than I expected. That's okay. That just means we can move this paint drying session along. Just get the stuff off the side. Get off as much as I can here. That's probably not worth it. Okay. Now we need to take this and cool it off to 0 degrees Celsius. And we can do that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I forgot the ice. Oh my gosh. Oh, bother. Forgot the ice, man. Okay, got the ice. We need 16 grams of ice, and we will add that directly to our mixture here to cool it off. Just need the scale. Okay. Turn off the heating. Okay. Going for the artsy camera shot here. I made some ice from distilled water earlier, and we need 16 grams. I'm not sure how much one ice cube weighs. One ice cube weighs 26 grams. Okay, so let's try again. 7, 13. 16.5. Good enough. Put that in a, not that one. Put that in a 50 milliliter beaker here. Come on. What? The ice is stuck to the beaker. There we go. Great camera work on my part here. Watching those numbers as viewers slowly roll down as I shaky cam people off of the stream. Dun, 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 there we go. Okay. Close this. Get rid of that. Now we have our ice. And we have our p-nitroaniline hydrochloride. There we go. Let me get some water and a magnet. There we go. Okay. Stick the stir bar with a magnet. You could just dump it onto the ice. And there we go. Micro brewed iced tea. Yes. I don't know if it's I don't know if it would taste very good. I know it wouldn't taste very good. Huh, looks like we have some precipitation, which is weird. Because it says it shouldn't precipitate. So our next roadblock. Great. Okay, well, that's added. The paper doesn't specify whether anything should precipitate or not, which is unfortunate, but we will move along. All else fails, I have a big 1.5 liters of water here. I could just dump all of it in to quench it in case something goes wrong. Let me check the chat and get the ice bath ready.
The six, yeah, they're only $10. They're cheap scales. Hey, poor man's chemist. I'm out of town, but I appreciate your help on my BitChute channel. I don't have a BitChute. I do have a BitChute channel, but I didn't upload anything to it. I got distracted and I ended up not finishing the upload. But I will eventually. Once tapped a beaker too hard doing that shatterbolt. Yeah, that's happened to me. But these Nile-Red beakers aren't too bad. Down it, but it but it looks like whiskey.
That's some weird ass whiskey. But all right, here we go. Prost. No, that's not happening. Yes, it's supposed to go in the ice. The paper says to add 16 grams of ice directly to the mixture, and then we're going to add our sodium nitrite in one portion with stirring, and we will cool it off, and everything should dissolve. So I'm going to get our ice bath ready. Okay. What we can do is that. take some out, but we'll see. Then the secret ingredient, calcium chloride. There's probably better ones to use for this, but this stuff's real cheap. Probably overkill, but that's okay. We are going overkill this stream anyway, so it fits. Okay. Let that do its thing and cool off. We can get a temperature ready. What does calcium chloride do to ice? Same thing any salt does when you, excuse me, sorry, got distracted reading chat. It lowers the melting point of the ice, so you can have it in liquid form and have it colder than, theoretically colder than the freezing point. So it's same idea behind putting salt on roads to melt the ice. What we're doing is, I'm going to put this in here, and the reaction has to take place at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, or else you might have decomposition of the nitrous acid, which we're dealing with a really small amount. So if there is decomposition, it should be minimal. But the temperature control should keep that in check. So in the meantime, yeah, sodium chloride is cheaper, but I use the calcium chloride as, like someone said, as a drying agent, so it's good to have on hand. I have both on hand, but I tend to use the calcium chloride. I don't know. I haven't done tests, so I haven't read anything on it. It works. No, that's all the thought I put into it. Will there be a new exotic thermite series? Eventually, yes. Yeah. Life just got in the way, and you just don't have the time I used to do to make videos. But yes, eventually, like I said before, I do have all the oxides already, so that shouldn't be. It's not a matter of having to find them. Let me do this. Sorry, looking away from the chat for a second. Okay. Need a excessively long thermocouple wire out. Hello to everybody who just showed up. I'll be looking at chat in a second. And thanks for sticking around, guys. There we go. And I can take a look at the temperature. I put a little bit more ice in there. Let me grab that. I'll take a look at chat, which I keep saying I will, but I don't. All right. We are reading 5.6 Celsius. Let that go just a little bit more. Sorry for the dead air, guys. Is that a negative or is that Can't tell if that's just a line underneath the K there. I think we're good. We're negative. Nice, nice. 1.1. Or not. We're going back up. Good. Good, good. Take a look at the chat real quick.
Eventually, you said that like 2. Yeah, no, you don't have to rub it in. Try lead-based thermites. I have, but I haven't scaled it up, and I figure I won't post it online because the safety brigade will, they'll be all over that. Yeah, like Delta says here, made lead-based thermite. Yes, it does work well, and if you use the wrong lead oxide, if you use red lead oxide, it'll just straight up blow up on you. Actually, so will yellow oxide thermite. Or yellow lead oxide thermite. Your best bet, if you do it, is to reduce it with silicon metal powder. And then it actually does work, but you end up with a lot of lead smoke, which, I mean, people were burning off lead from ores for hundreds and hundreds of years. So one little puff isn't going to kill anything, but I don't want to scale it up just because I don't feel like releasing any more lead into the environment than I have to, So. The best username on YouTube. Well, I wouldn't say that. It's just, it is a username. It is definitely that. Okay. Now that that is sufficiently cool, we can add the magic white powder, or sodium nitrite, to our mix here with stirring. So you can see here. A little bit of bubbling, but not bad at all. You can get very little decomposition, which is nice. Just some when I first added it. That cooling off too. Now we can zoom in and see it is clearing up a little bit. And shit, sorry guys, I can't stir it like this. Okay. Said this should take about 10 minutes. I don't know if I believe it, but we're at -5 Celsius, so we're definitely good on temperature. So it should be cooling off pretty quickly. It really looks like, yeah, it does look like yolk. Both of them, actually. Or maybe butter and yolk. Not sure how long that's going to take, but going to keep at it. And just grab a
New set of gloves here from the water. Check chat. Snorting PbO2 for the win, yeah. All day, every day. Who doesn't? Just arrived. What's the stream about? Well, it's a perfect time. Perfect time to explain. Let me get my last glove on. So, while that's cooling off and dissolving and doing its thing, give it a quick stir. This is actually nice. The when I made Para Red, there was a lot more decomposition before the dye was made. Even though I had the temperature control probably a little bit better than this. So, hey, not bad, not bad. I'll take it. Okay. So, god damn it, stuck to the fridge again. Hold on. Fuck. Okay. So, we are, for people who have just arrived, we are attempting to make this. It's a dispersed dye. It doesn't really have a name, but it's light brown, and it's seemed like a fun pathway to do. So, it's going to start by stirring this. Turning on the fume hood. So we're going to make it by, we did already react methylene dianiline with salicylaldehyde, and we get this thing here, the shift base, which is that yellow stuff, that orange stuff that's dissolved, and the stuff that was in the beaker when we first began. Then we'll take that and right now we're at this step of diazotizing the p-nitroaniline. That's what's happening here. I'm going to take that and over course of some time add it dropwise to a solution of this, and maintaining a temperature, temperature and a pH, and that should be it. Just precipitate it with acetic acid, and hopefully, if I'm to trust the paper, which I don't know if I do, that should be it. This dye seems to me as a complexing molecule. You know, if it's probably very insoluble for how big it is, but if you can manage to dissolve it, it probably would make a good complex. Because, let me pull this out again. Typically, if you stopped here, you could fit a metal ion here and a metal ion here, and you can have two of them there, and depending on what it is, you can have another copy of this on the other side. You can put whatever you want here. You can put fucking pyridine here, perchlorate stuff here. It's just, you can add whatever you want. You're making a custom fit glove for a baseball, basically. And theoretically, because we're adding it over here, we could still, if we dissolve it, still fit those metal ions here and here. So if it's dissolvable, I might try it. I do have a bunch of different solvents I could, but let's move on. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, it's just we're adding parts A to part B and filtering it. That's how I know it. So I'm not surprised this hasn't cleared up, but if it doesn't eventually, we're just gonna move on. And if that doesn't work, then oh well. Try not to make this stream take too long. We're already at 44 minutes for this, and I think the last one was about an hour. So I'm gonna try to not have that. We're at about -6 right now, -6 Celsius. Got our ice bath. Thankfully, we're we're cooling off our solution of our shift base here in sodium hydroxide and ethanol, and we're not getting any precipitation, which is good, because if both precipitate, if both had precipitated, probably wouldn't get a good dye formation. But we're just gonna go for it. Yes, it's Hugo Schiff. Okay, the Schiff base reaction is any aldehyde, which is this group here. So there'd be a hydrogen over here, but that's not super important. Reacts with any aldehyde, so you could have whatever, basically you could add whatever you want below here. Add whatever you want. It's still any aldehyde with any amine. This happens to be a diamine. And you lose hydrogen over here, and the oxygen over here, and H2O, you lose water, and then that forms a bond like that. And you get two lone pairs of electrons, which can donate to a metal ion and form complexes from it. Yes, any primary amine. Some work better than others. Some you need air-free conditions. Some precipitate immediately upon addition. Some need an acid catalyst. You could do base catalyzed. It's a very, very simple reaction. It's actually the reason that hexane causes DNA damage is because it gets oxidized to hexane dione, and then which bonds to the amines in your DNA, which, other than just being you're intaking hydrocarbons, it's toxic in that way. So it's a very, very simple reaction, and it forms under all different types of conditions, which makes it nice because you could basically take, like I said, any aldehyde and any amine. So you get 5 aldehydes and 5 amines. You can then take any one of those and mix and match them to get any one you want. So while that's cooling off, I can show you exactly what I mean. So this is one I had out drying. This is orthophenylene diamine bis orthovanillin, and it's similar, but it's a nice red color. These are a little oxidized because I left them out to see what they would do, but here is anisaldehyde, amperone, Schiff base. Here is veratraldehyde, amperone, Schiff base. Like I said, it's a little discolored. They used to be a little brighter, but I left them out to see what would happen. And it's pretty stable, which is nice for me because I don't need Teflon lined bottles and all that crap to keep it around. So it's good for me. But yeah, you can't send super chats. I'm not monetized. But if I can move this without ending the stream or turning it black, these guys here got all these guys here, all those, I'm pointing at the screen behind it like you guys can see it. All these guys here, they're all different Schiff bases. There's probably, not counting here, there's probably about 70 in total I made, maybe 80 now. I never took a recount, but they're all different combinations. And there's some more over there, but that's that. I'm gonna make complexes with as many of those that I could find, because they're good reactions for cold winter nights. I don't have to be outside and film during the day. Not obsessed with Schiff bases. No, not at all. No, actually, I mean, it's interesting. It's easy, mixed part A, part B filter most of the time. So, I mean, why not? Why not? They're quick, they're easy, they're robust, no screwing around. But let that go for a little longer. It doesn't look like it's dissolving like they said it should. Wow, surprise, surprise, a paper doesn't do what they say it does. hexane DNA. Yeah, that's. I'm sure there's other reasons for its toxicity, but if you look it up on the Wikipedia page, it's usually a good preliminary read. What's nice about chemistry Wikipedia is you don't have the problem of having someone with a political bias of either side, getting their panties in a twist about a line here or a line there. So you don't get people aren't redacting information out of spite like you would get for maybe a political figure or a historical event. So chemistry Wikipedia is actually a very good resource to start with, but definitely better than some other parts. I'm learning decent stuff in chemistry class, but at such low rates. Yes, that's a problem I hear everywhere. People just when people take a chemistry course, they don't think I'm going to sit in class with everybody else. They think chemistry, I'm going to be in a lab, I'm going to be doing work with something, I'm going to be mixing chemicals and doing math and titrating and stuff, and you end up, well, today we're going to go over the same stuff that we went over last year, in case you forgot it. So it's understandable why people don't give a shit about it. I learned on Wikipedia. Yeah, it's out there. I mean, they're not hard. I just wouldn't recommend doing it. YouTube is entertainment. YouTube is education. Yes, it's edutainment. If you had a good teacher, man, you're lucky, because there's a lot of people out there who they just don't care about their jobs. They just want a paycheck. They've got stuff going on in their lives that maybe they can't give the class their all. There's 1,000 reasons why that might happen. But yeah, good teachers are hard to come by. Well, we are at about -6 degrees Celsius here, and no dissolving, but that's okay because we're doing it dropwise, and we can probably move along to the next step because we don't have any precipitation here from our shift base, which is good. So let's see what this looks like. And get salt water all over. Great. So, sorry guys, casually falling over the camera back here. Surprised it's not giving a shaky cam. So, what color are we making? It should be a light brown when we're done, but that could be beneficial for me because if it screws up, it might be a light brown anyway. So we can just call it a success even if it's a failure. We're going to need, for the next part, we're going to need a 10% solution of sodium carbonate to keep the pH at about 9 as we add one to the other, so we can get sorry guys, I'm sort of half looking at the chat here as it flies by on landscape on my phone. So that hated titrations, yeah, I wasn't a big fan. And because we were just doing titrations and not doing them for a next step, it didn't really make sense why you were doing it. It's okay, I'm doing this, but why? But finally, after, when I had to do one to, figure out the concentration of an acid, like here at home, for a reaction, well, it made sense, and the information stuck a lot better. But also, I mean, it's fair enough. You can't expect a room full of 100 people to be taught by just one teacher. They're doing their best a lot of the time. God damn it. Too low. All right. Good enough. I know it's probably what we were at before I started screwing with it, but good enough. Take that and add it to (100 milliliters) of water. Alright. Thank you guys for sticking around. I really do appreciate it. With all this, like somebody said, paint drying. Oh no, I'm an idiot. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Well, that's definitely more than 100, but that's okay, because we're just doing it dropwise anyway, and then taking the pH. So, no big deal. I added too much water. We can work with that. Yeah, I'm sure some of you guys in the chat probably saw that one coming, but it's okay. Sorry guys, I'm not looking at chat at the moment. Sort of standing half between one and the other. Let's just get this done. Get it over with already. And we can go play Borderlands. Or at least that's what I'm gonna do. Oh good, nobody could see anything. Wow. We're watching paint drying and we didn't even have the wall in focus. I'll go back through the chats that I missed in a second. This stuff. You know, it's from the pool section of Walmart, but it's actually less gray than the stuff I got from eBay. Who do I play in Borderlands? For 3, I've been just playing Amara. So I really do like the Siren class. I played as, what was it, Maya in Borderlands 1, and I actually played a Siren every one. But it's good for single player because all my friends have it on console, and they won't be able to play until I have it on PC. I won't be able to play until they have cross-platform. But I don't know if that'll be until a while. But I don't remember, because it's on the Epic Store. I don't remember what my username is, to be honest. I think it just might be cancel all anime. No, what's that about a crystal growing competition? Just saw that fly by. Let me look. Sign me up for a national crystal. That's really cool. That would be awesome. So I really enjoy growing crystals myself. You can see over there hiding. There's those 3 are lithium ferrioxalate growing. That's potassium ferrioxalate turning brown. And there is sodium ferrioxalate, and that one and the one to the left of it growing. Have 50 more grams of rubidium chloride coming in, so I'm going to be doing rubidium ferrioxalate soon. Hopefully that works out. And of course, if you've seen my Twitter, you've seen the cesium ferrioxalate. If not, I might as well get it out. Hey, going to be. I don't know why you'd stay up to watch this, but I appreciate you staying up. All right. Come on, dissolve already. Yelling at it definitely helps. Oh my god, it clumps up like sodium hydroxide. God damn it. Sounds like at the fucking dentist's office. Gonna put a hole through the speaker if I press any harder. we're not going to need that much anyway. So that should be okay. Just have to add a little bit more. Price on rubidium salts has been dropping. Yes, there is a, what is the name of it? Chemcraft in Russia. They have a really, really cheap rubidium prices. That's actually where I've got a lot of the stuff recently. They're very, very cheap chemicals, and it's kind of sketchy sending sending a payment on PayPal to a name that's in Cyrillic, but you know, maybe that's just me. But no, I've bought from them a couple times. They have a store on eBay. I think it's a Terminal Route 8. I don't know why I remember that, but I think that's the name of their eBay. Yes, Chemcraft. It might be cheaper in Ukraine. There's some of them. I know there's one in Poland that sells. Yeah, very, very cheap compared to American rubidium, if that's a thing. Speaking of that, while I stir this over here off camera, here is the it's a little beat up, but here is the cesium ferrioxylate crystal. I think there's about 21 grams. Very dense. Yeah, this one ended up growing very nice. But there's a better picture on Twiddle. Yeah, check out the Twiddle. The better picture on Twitter, if you look me up on there. I know a lot of people don't use Twitter because it's a trash fire. And I admit it, yeah, it's a trash fire, but man, sometimes I can't believe it's free. Some of the stuff you see on there. Really random question. Do I play Minecraft? I used to, and I actually was trying to get my account set back up to play, but I guess my account was old enough that it wasn't around before the migration, and I do not remember my password or anything like that. So after about a half hour of screwing around, and I just gave up. So I wasn't gonna get on Mojang support to try to talk to some guy sitting around on their free time to get me back into my account. That's okay. It is a fun game, don't get me wrong. But I already paid for it. I shouldn't have to go through that just to play a game. It's just very frustrating. Well, that should be good enough now that we've stared at nothing. We can go back over here. Getting very little decomposition. There's only a couple bubbles along the side here. But they're just not popping. I'm losing my ability to speak, so we gotta hurry this along. It says to go for 30 minutes and then 2 hours, but that is not happening. We are not going for 2 hours. So, we're just gonna see what happens. And if that's the downfall of this experiment, then so be it. I could do it on my own time and upload a video or something. But, okay, let's see. Let's get our sodium carbonate. Get our pipette. Move all this out of here. Move that. Okay. Now, is that hot? No. Okay, I think we can do it this way. I was going to do it there, but I think we can just do it like this. There we go. We got the stirring on. Don't have a very good shot Can someone tell me what we are cooking? We are making. Before I change the shot here, I will go over that one more time. We are taking. Stuck again. We're taking methylene dianiline. There's 2 hydrogens that are supposed to be there, and salicylaldehyde, which should have an oxygen there, and that is what we made on the first step here. And then we get something like that, and we dissolve that in some ethanol with sodium hydroxide, and then we took p-nitroaniline and diazotized it, which is here. Then we're going to take the diazo salt, there should be a chloride floating around here, but that's not important, and react it with this. And once again, I'm using cards like a boomer here, and it should react para the hydroxy group on the salicylaldehyde, and we'll get a dye like this. Should be light brown. No, MDA, I know that. No, that's not not that MDA. Methylene dianiline. No, that's I don't know if that would even work this way. I don't think it would. No, I figured having MDA written on stuff would get that comment, but no. It's a lot cheaper and a lot more legal. I think that's a better shot. Cool. Get some vigorous stirring here. Imagine, yeah, YouTube wouldn't like that. Hey guys, it's your boy here for a shake and bake Saturday. Today we're gonna be blowing off our hands with lithium in a soda bottle. Let's see how it goes. Remember to hit like, subscribe, and share with your friends so they could also make these things too. Do like Chem Player, yeah. I don't have the I can't do the computer voice offhand. Have I ever been Was he a secret Asian man? Well, I can't sing that or I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Yeah, Chem Player did some, he got a little closer than I think YouTube would have liked in some of his precursors. Okay. That's definitely not dissolving like the paper said. But that's okay. So we have our sodium carbonate, diazo salt, our Schiff base dissolved, and it's at about 7.8 degrees negative Celsius. Yes, it's important to say it like that. If it ain't dissolving, heat it up. No, I don't want to heat up a diazo salt to dissolve. It's you're gonna have decomposition of the nitrous acid that was formed in situ. I don't know why that's floating like it is, but okay. It wasn't before. That's okay. We will move on. Need a pipette. Sorry guys, let me just get ready here. Because once we start, we're starting. Okay. Got our pH paper. Got some things with the thing. And the goo and the thing with the and the oh. Gonna get out some pH paper here, break it into little pieces. And we'll use that to periodically take the pH of the solution and keep it around 9 to 10. So, green. So first, we'll take, this is obviously going to be very basic, but we'll do it anyway. Very basic, obviously. And the diazo salt. Red. Should be blue. No, that's with Congo red, I'm sorry. It's a little bit on the acidic side, but we should be okay. I don't have Congo red paper to get a better thing, but as long as there's no decomposition, the worst that'll happen is we'll just end up with a crappy dye. Because we're not diazotizing so strong stuff. So okay. Let's do this. One drop. Wow. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I don't think that's supposed to happen. But something happened. We're getting a precipitate immediately. Sorry guys, not looking at the chat, just wondering what the hell's going on here. Because usually this is a sign that something's going wrong. Not in like a dangerous way, but like in a you're not gonna have what you want way. Which is okay, this is just the, this is my first attempt at making this, and it's probably the most complicated azo dye I've attempted to make. So if this doesn't work, I'll go back to the drawing board. Interesting. Well, if anything else, we made something. It's very red. And the pH is okay, we're actually about where we should be. couple more drops. Yeah, we're getting solids, which I don't think is a good thing. What I think might be happening is because it's not properly dissolved, we're getting a reaction, but because it's in a clump, it's just reacting in a clump and not thoroughly reacting, which may be why it's precipitating out. It's a beautiful color, though. Now I'm curious, because I don't think any of the other dyes were red. I think they were all a variation on orange, yellow, brown, dark brown. I'll check the chat in a second and double check that. So, translation for people that just got here, you're watching paint dry, but not only is the paint not drying, it's the wrong color paint. So you're gonna have to paint it all over again anyway. So that's, this is serious chemistry, guys. Let me tell you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me check chat.
Turn expensive chemicals into wine. If only. Sorry, there's a lot too much chat to go through. I don't remember where I started here. How does it taste?
Probably salty and like acid. I like that red too, but I don't think it's supposed to be this color red. I mean, if I could like get something that's stable out of it, you know, that won't oxidize or decompose, I mean, hey, whatever. That's success in my book, but we're not supposed to get any precipitate until I add acetic acid. But that's live chemistry for you. Uh-huh. It's thick like an oil. Maybe it's reacting with itself. Or forming some other compound. I'm genuinely not sure, but it's a very nice red. Oh, some uranium chat in the chat. I've got a little bit. It's a sample of uranium oxide. Just have it in. I usually keep it in my lead line box, but I brought it out the other day. And this is about this only gets beta and gamma, and it's behind a bag, but that'll get up to about 40,000. If I get it wrapped around, you can get it good, but other than that, I just have some miscellaneous minerals and stuff. I put it away now. I'm not sure offhand, but I haven't done it outside of the bag. But no, the alpha wouldn't get through the bag. Yeah, I don't think it interferes with Wi-Fi. It interferes with the 5G. The government is beaming into my brain to control me with fluoride. You know, but yeah. That's other than that. Yes, vegan raised uranium is the only way to do it. Yes, I I don't want any animal harm because of my uranium. But anyway, back to this. It is chunky. It is sad looking. It is the wrong color. But we'll continue on. Let me just take a look and see. Let me pull up what colors we got here. Light orange, yellow, light brown, yellow, brick red. Huh, okay. Dark orange, yellowish red. Okay, so, I don't know. Which one was the brick red one? D5. Chloroaniline was brick red. I don't think I have chloroaniline here. What am I synthesizing? I won't go over the process again, but we are making, can't even fit it on the screen, this thing here. Right now we are adding a what should be a diazotized salt of p-nitroaniline to a solution of the shift base we made, but it is all going wrong. So glad you joined. Grab some popcorn and let's watch some paint dry. Sorry guys, once again not looking at the chat. Trying to see what's going on here. Check the pH in a second. Okay. Well, this not working as planned. We're just making a real chonky here. Something tells me this isn't working like it's supposed to. I can't possibly imagine why. Maybe it'll look different after it's dried. Maybe, but it shouldn't be precipitating at this stage, which makes me wonder what it is. Is there any application for it? There's the paper that actually went over all these did tests on. They actually dyed fabrics and tested their light fastness and whatever else, their wear and tear and washing it, all that. They went through all that for I think about 8 different dyes that are similarly structured like this. So I'm sure it was looked at for fabric dyeing or just textile dyeing or whatever in general, but a lot of this research just ends up on a shelf somewhere because it ends up being too expensive to mass produce or scale up, or it's too toxic, or there's better chemicals on the market. So for me, it's just for fun. Plus, it's like my shift base obsession. I think I'm just gonna make a bunch of diazo dyes, because it's basically just a one-stop shop for reactions. Oh no, we're losing. Okay. Well, this sucks. I don't know if you could see it, but it's a thick paste. Yeah, you're right. If I start adding enough, it'll probably look brown. But I don't think because it's working. Well. Okay. How about this? How about here is the mess. I'm thoroughly disliking this, but there's only so much I could do. Sorry for the even more dead air. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. There. Let's just soldier on, I guess. We're almost there. Well, we came this far. Well, it's not an ugly color, but you guys can't see it because I'm ignoring you. Sorry guys, I'm not looking at the chat. I see it fly by, but I'll look in a second. I should have had my laptop set up in a better way here.
It's not advisable on a first date to check her pH levels. Can I edit this video afterwards and dub that I was actually going for this color?
Yeah.
Success! Wow! In a stunning turn of events, we have successfully made, and I'll dub in red for brown whenever I describe the color it's going to be. Why am I so bad at chemistry? Because I suck, and I am not a chemist. How did the first run turn out? The screen went black, and I had to restart it. Temp too low? No, it's actually too high right now. I'm excited for the new season of Rick and Morty. I didn't know it was coming out, but I'll probably watch it. I mean, it wasn't my favorite show, but it's better than a lot of stuff out there. But then again, it's not setting the bar very high. My guess, not a chemistry expert, but I need a fluffer.
You never know. You never know. There's been weirder things tried. Yeah, I think we might just pretend that this is what we were going for. Oh, nice shot of my hand there. If I'm on the right side, I can't use my right hand because it's too far. If I'm on the left side, I can't use my right hand because you guys can't see shit. What a dilemma. Wow, this heating up? No. Temperature's at 10 degrees, but that's... I'm not worried about it at this point. There's actually a lot less decomposition than I thought would happen. And it's a lot less light sensitive than I thought too. Use my telekinetic abilities. Yeah, I should. And if only. If I do this on a computer, it'd be done right away. All I gotta do is balance the equation and it's done. Don't have to do any of this crap. I can just post a video of me typing in numbers onto a template. It'd be so exciting. Yeah, if red was the color I was going for, wow, you know. It actually looks like para red. Maybe a little darker. This. God damn it. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. just a thick slurry. And now it's just getting sloppy with my additions. We're here, might as well take it to its end. How long is this stream going? Probably not long. I don't think we have a success here. We're starting to get bubbles, which means we're getting decomposition. So, before I fuck it up, I think we might just call it here. I don't think the color is going to change by adding any more, and I don't think adding acetic acid is going to change that. So we are just going to cut our losses, and I will filter it and post the results on Twitter. So there's no sense keeping you guys here around for this. Add acetic acid. You know, I could. I'll scoop off a little before I end the stream. Let me see here. I mean, we've made some kind of diazo compound. I mean, I can't deny that something didn't happen. It's a very nice red, just not what I was expecting. Okay, let's take some of this. Let's get a beaker. Let's get a smaller beaker. Okay, let's get some of this. All right, man, you want the rest of it in there? Here you go. All right, chat, you convinced me. Just fucking finish it. I was gonna end it here and just post it on Twitter, but this, sorry, this stream sucks. What's my Twitter handle? If you search Thylacine Dreams, or just look up the gayest person on YouTube, or if you just if you look up @gay, then you'll find it. So let's get here's our sample. We need 12 grams and 50 milliliters. Really? After I add it? Are you kidding me? Okay, not sure why that happened. Sorry guys, I'm thoroughly ignoring chat this stream. Add some. Not even getting a shot of what's going on. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, you can't you can't exactly look over your phone to find it. Sorry, guys. Add that to 50 milliliters, give or take. Not too worried about it. It's just diluting it. Way more than we need, but I don't care. Acetic acid is cheap. Okay. Out over here. Turn up the stirring a little. I have 2 stir bars in there. That's okay. Double stirring. Oh, it's getting angry. It's getting real angry. Okay. Let's get. Wow, I'm out of pipettes. All right. Let's add our acetic acid. Check the pH. Tiny paper here. It's acidic. Shouldn't be acidic. So I don't think adding acetic acid is going to make it precipitate because I think it was too acidic to begin with. So that's probably why it precipitated. But it's the wrong color anyway. Gonna add a little more just because we're here. Ah, it's angry. Ah, it's getting angry. Can't do anything. God damn it. Well, if I deacidify it, I'll just end up with it. I'll just end up redissolving it, and then I'll just have to reprecipitate it. So, I think I just I screwed up the coupling and I coupled to a different part of the chemical, or not at all. And we made some weird derivative. So, since it's acidic, don't need to add acetic acid. But let's put some on this paper towel. Yep, good. I am late. Nothing of value was lost. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's a chemistry stream. There's not much of value happening in a chemistry stream. And that's our dye, I guess. Last stream was fun. That's because I knew what I was doing. For that one, I already did it. It's definitely red for me. Maybe when it dries it'll be light brown. So, I mean, good enough. Honestly, good enough for how long we've been doing this. Good enough. So what I'll do is, like I said, I'll post it on Twitter once I filter it, because there's no sense you sitting around to watch a filtration. I don't know if it'll turn more brown when it dries. And is it luminescent? I don't know. Let's find out. Kind of. Looks like the shift base that came out of solution kind of looks like it reprecipitated, but it's kind of fluorescent. It's not a very good light. Could I make a tutorial for regular cooking? No, because I am just as incompetent. But, so at the end of the day, I think we just made Found a different way to make para red. Any case, I'm going to post what I filter on Twitter, like I said about 5 times already before I got distracted. I'll re-chat and I'll get the hell out of here. Is this Nile red? No. Not the guy or the chemical. Okay. How too basic, yeah. No, I'd smash it at the end of it when it didn't work. Add metals. Not at this point. After I filter it, I might try to make a complex with it, but and there we have it. Done just for you. Whatever this is, I don't know. But that's it. Are any random azo compounds explosive when dried? Yes. Diazo compounds are typically handled in solution because they're, well, other than just decomposing in general, a lot of them are heat, friction, shock sensitive. So, if you handle them right, you should be fine. Unless you're like, you know, like, what was it, amino picrate? I forget, whatever. Just, if it's got a lot of nitro, yeah, if it's got a lot of nitro groups on it, it's probably, or a lot of nitrogen in general, it's probably not good to play with it dry. But something like this, it's not too bad. I was surprised there was so little decomposition. But I'm getting distracted and going off on tangents. Thank you guys for showing up. I gotta head out of here. I got a lot to clean up. Hope you guys had a nice day. And I will see you guys when I see you. I don't know if the stream's staying up. We'll see. Have a nice day, everybody.